Ahoy there! Very excited today. So last devlog we said that we're going to combine everything to make a blown out version of the game. Well...
Good news everyone! The operation was a success!
And we now have our first playable version of Carbon-12. Let's take a look.
This should power it on. Oh, look at that! First try! Good morning, Dalton!
The player wakes up, or rather gets switched on, in a cubicle of a testing facility. His instructor, named Dr. Errata, performs tests on the player which are reactive to the player's inputs. For example, looking, walking and jumping will only be taught if the player hasn't already performed these activities.
Good. At least your cervical spine seems to be functioning. Take a few steps for me, Mr. Doom. It seems that your movement is in good condition. Are you able to jump? Jumping seems to be in order. Brilliant! The essentials are looking good. Now, for your attachments. Please exit the room and equip yourself with the atomic gauntlet.
After the brief introduction, the player is brought into the next room to practice with his weapon, the atomic gauntlet. Here too the tutorial can be skipped if the player is familiar with the controls and identifies the problem early on.
Excellent! You're much more capable than all other volunteers. Please proceed to the reactor room.
This brings us to the central hub, where the main gameplay begins. Firstly, the player is introduced to the schematics, which are files that reference a specific atom with some description about their properties. The player then discovers the atomic crafter, a place where they can craft the atoms by using the information given on the schematic.
Rearrange the sequence so that each shell has the correct number of electrons. But be warned, atoms are very sensitive. You can only modify them to a certain extent. Here it comes, your first hydrogen atom. The best part is the machine remembers the arrangement, so you don't have to do this puzzle again.
Once completed, the process repeats for carbon and oxygen, but these are more difficult to find and have more difficult puzzles to solve. When those are done, the player needs to find the sulfur schematic. But oh no, the door to the room is locked, and the doctor has forgotten the security key. This is all part of the ensemble that the doctor keeps making mistakes, or continues to forget things, which make the player believe something fishy is going on. Anyways, to get through the door, the player needs to create water in the fusion reactor, using the schematic gifted by the doctor.
Tell you what, we are going to try some more advanced stuff today. Are you prepared? Right, you can't speak. Okay, we need the same on the security system for this door. And to do that, we need to shortcut the security system and... we need water. Here, take this. This is the schematic to create water. Open it up, and we can see what needs to be done.
With 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom and some bonding action, the player can form his first water molecule to be used to short-circuit the security system.
To fuse. Now, be careful, you do not want to drop this, or you will need to create another. You must hold on to the water atom until you are ready to launch it. Steady now, slowly bring it to the security system and launch it at the panel. Excellent! The door is open. Oh no.
Although, when this does happen, the power system also goes bust, breaking the conductor and causing a power outage. To fix the power outage, the player must form graphene, or rather graphite, and place it in the missing conductor panel. The player does this by merging 5 carbon atoms as instructed by the schematic. Now when the player uses the graphite cube to restore power to the facility observes the malfunction and begins the termination process.
Error, server malfunction, preparing termination.
What? That protocol still exists?
Termination begins in 10 minutes.
Curses! The main exit has been locked! Oh, that's not good. They're pulling me out of the system. Quickly, take these. You need them to create a chemical reaction to break through that door. You can do this. Remember what I...
In this period, the player is left on his own accord by given schematics of sulfuric acid and sulfur dioxide, which give hint to how to break through the metal door. The player needs to find the sulfur schematic, solve the sulfur puzzle, form sulfur dioxide, form water, and throw both of those molecules at the metal door to form a reaction that burns through the door. And all that must be done before the 10-minute time runs out. If the player succeeds, the game will end. Congratulations. But if the player were to fail, you'll have to start all over again. And that is pretty much where the game stands. Now, I did manage to get the game to some playtesters where we managed to find bugs and common difficult halting points in the game. These problems, along with the missing assets for the game, will be addressed and resolved hopefully before the 24th of March, which is the date of the submission for the game's Innovation Jam. So thank you so much for watching, being a part of all this, and we hope to create something fun and entertaining for you by the end. Peace.